So where we sleep, the bed is up against the wall where the window is, and we have an air conditioner, and then there's a fan. It's kind of a plastic unit that you put in your window, and it's got two 6.5 inch fans that you can change the direction on them. So a lot of people will use cardboard. They'll put an air in the window, open the window, put the air in, and then put cardboard up. I like to use. I have two pieces of 3/4 inch plywood, one on the inside, one on the out, and then there's like 1/2 inch lag bolts run through. There's five of those, and I use foam rubber that's cut inside to insulate so that no air passes through there. Anyway, I altered that setup to include this fan. This was back when I smoked. So if I just kept the smoking mainly to the bedroom and ran that fan when I smoked, it would do a good job to wouldn't stink the house up too bad. Anyway, that fan, you have a permanent air gap or air hole where it's exposed. So I got some thin, like maybe 1/4 inch ply, and made a sliding plate that has these rails, and it slides down and covers the fan holes. Unless you want to use them, then you pull it up. It was like after I installed it, I was looking at it and I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, if I could only have a, way to close it off. And I built it, and it works great. It's been up there for 15 years. On the outside, I had, it's like a rectangular hole basically, and then you can see the two fans in there. So I got another piece of 3/4 ply and screwed that in around it, and that I used a hole saw and put like on each fan. It has one, two, three, four, five, like a star shape of circular holes, and then in the back of that there's screen. I cut some screen. It's not metal screen. No, you can get metal screen. This is like plastic screen to keep the rodents or pests away. Anyway, this was worked great. We use it in the spring and fall. Instead of the air, we'll just turn that on, and it has a nice noise to it, and it keeps air moving, but you don't have to worry about getting a neck ache so much. It's really a nice thing. It's one of the things that I built that work great and have lasted many years. We do have a woodpecker that'll come, and usually he'll actually be pecking on the 3/4 ply, and I'll hear that and bang. It'll wake me up, and I'll bang on the air conditioner, which makes a kind of a sustained, loud metal noise. And after about 3 or 4 of those days where he came and I startled him, he'll get the picture, and the woodpecker won't come back. Now, recently, I had paper over the air conditioner. When it gets cold, I will cover the air conditioner, like cut up a paper bag, a full-size grocery bag, and tape that around the intake of the air conditioner, window unit air conditioner. And then I'll get a cardboard box, like a big produce cardboard box from Aldi's, and tape that around there. Well, there was some squirrel, and he had a nest in the attic, and he was running up the pole for the patio, and he was seeing my error that there was this paper there, and so he would get on it and pull and rip. The squirrel was like, it was loud. And where I sit here, I'm kind of right near the air. I can actually hit it with my pool cue. I've got this, it's kind of like a cane. I sawed this off, found this pool cue in the garbage. So I can rap on the, I use it like, I'll crack my back. I put it behind my back and then pull this way, and it'll crack my back. Or the cat will look out the front blinds and cockeye one of the blinds, and I can just hit it from here and fix it. So it's a useful tool, and I was trying to scare that squirrel off. My wife ended up looking it up, and it said to use red wine vinegar, so she went out there and sprayed that, and then I used some white vinegar, and eventually he went away. But there's been something making slight noises, like quiet noises, but enough to wake me up. Usually around 7, between like 7 and 7:30, this thing wakes me up. And it's in the bedroom. It's something around that fan. So it woke me up again today, and I was thinking it's a squirrel because there's been activity with these squirrels. So I asked my wife to take a look, go around the corner. She's getting ready for work. She's got clothes on. I'm sleeping. I'm in the bed. So I said, would you mind going out there to see if you could see what this thing is? And she came back with no report. The thing saw her and didn't come. So I opened up the trap door, and what I saw is bird nesting material packed in like a third of the space of that hole. So some bird has probably got a family expecting to come, and they're planning on having the babies in this nest where they're going to be crying every morning. I hate to do stuff like I said with the interfering with the squirrel. I've cleaned out several bird nests out of the air because our air conditioner in the front room has a security camera. I removed some of the vents, and it points out so we can see the front parking lot, and they'll get in there and start nest building. And I will remove that material and then tape it off with duct tape so they really don't have room to get in around where the camera is. I can't believe how they can squeeze past. It's like a centimeter on each side of this camera. I didn't cut a huge hole for the little camera. It's tiny. But I went out there today and unscrewed the wood panel. It's been like 15 years, like I said, and that panel was starting to fall apart. And the bird had packed through 3 of the holes, so there was 3 exits. You know, you look at a bird and you think, oh, they're not that smart. But yeah, they are. There was 3 of the holes had been packed out so they could get in and out in case something bad happened. But like I said, it was packed with the identical to same type of straw material bedding, like real nice yellow straw, clean. There was a couple of feathers in there. It was really clean. So I pulled the board off of there and then used a screwdriver, and just 3 months worth of that bird's work in one single swipe. So yeah, I went in to get a bag and put some gloves on, and there was a cookie tray, like that you set your cookies on to air them out. So it's almost like chicken wire, and then it's got a little lip around it, and there's some little standoffs to raise it up, but which I don't need that. That kind of gets in the way if I was going to use a board over it. Anyway, I just I saw that and I thought it doesn't look like it's quite big enough. I brought it out there, and sure enough, it was fine this way. This way, it was shy by like a centimeter. Not even. So I put it up. Later on, if there's an issue, I mean, like really, there's that board that we slide down that covers that it's sealed off, and then there's a whole drapery that covers it. So unless it's in use, that would be the only time anything could get in, meaning like mosquitoes or gnats. Any kind of bug can get past that. The holes are, a centimeter square. But the only time that's open, when I pull the board up, is when we're going to run the fan, and then the air is pushing out. So I think it's fine. But I just couldn't believe that, and I wanted to share that story with you guys. Of course, I feel terrible about being like not caring about the animal, and just like, I'm master of this domain. But like I said, I know what's coming next. If I didn't do anything, it would be the babies would be there. And I would feel even worse if I went out there in a fit because they were crying for a week straight and I couldn't sleep in my own bed. And removing it with the babies in it. You know what I mean? So they'll have to work double time to provide a nest. This morning I was thinking I should build a birdhouse, but and put the birdhouse up like in the tree in the back. But I did what I did. I feel bad about it, but I'll get over it, and I'm sure the birds will make do. But what can I say? I can't have something waking me up every day. So now the woodpeckers come. Then we got the squirrels. The squirrels have been bothering me so much in here that I really thought today when I asked my wife to look, that's what she was going to say. It's a squirrel. And it turned out it was some type of bird. We didn't see it, but the hole, like I said, is like it's like this big. It's like 14 inches by 10 inches, you know, and a third of that, it was like packed with that bedding material. All right, you guys, take care.